Corazon Aquino traced in how to help the Philippines as a nation. She was the first female president of the Philippines. As a president, Aquino oversaw the drafting of the 1907. So she was a successful removing the previous dictatorial government structure. In the presidency of Corazon Aquino began the following the triumph of the peaceful people power revolution when Corazon Aquino became as a president of the Philippines and spanned a 6-year period from February 25, 1986 to June 30, 1992. Immediately after the assuming the presidency, President Aquino issued Proclamation No. 3, which established a revolutionary government. She abolished the 1973 Constitution that was forced during martial law, and instead of promulgated the provisional 1986 Freedom Constitution, pending the ratification of a new constitution by the people. This allowed Aquino to exercise both executive and legislative powers until the ratification of the new Philippine Constitution and the establishment of a new Congress in 1987. So Aquino's new government was met with criticisms from Defense Minister Juan Ponce Enrile and Vice President Salvador Laurel, as well as the constitutionalism and restored Supreme Court justice by the vehemently opposing the move to declare her government revolutionary, and the abolish of the Batasan Pambansa was to behave no better than dictator Marcos Palmasen. So the Philippine president who ruled after the Ferdinand Marcos in the Philippines name for married women the birth middle name, or the maternal family name is Mulong. So the birth surname or paternal family name is Kukwangko, and the marital name is Aquino. So she is the name Maria Corazon Cory Sumulong Kukwangko Aquino. So she was a Filipina politician who served as the 11th president of the Philippines from 1986 to 1992. She was the most prominent figure of the president of the Philippines from 1986 to 1992. So which indeed the 2-decade rule of President Ferdinand Marcos and lead to the establishment of the current democratic Fifth Philippine Republic. So Corazon Aquino was married to Senator Benigno Aquino Jr., who was one of the most prominent critics of the President Marcos. After the assassination of her husband on August 21, 1983, she emerged as a leader of the opposition against the president. So Marcos called for a snap election at 1985, and Aquino ran for the president with former Senator Salvador Laurel as her running mate for the vice president. So, in which Corazon Aquino was subsequently the People Power Revolution. And among this, along with defections from the armed forces of the Philippines from the Philippine Catholic Church. She was the first female president of the Philippines. As president, Aquino oversaw the drafting of the 1987 Constitution, which limited the powers of the presidency and established the bicameral Congress successfully removing the previous dictatorial government structure. The achievements of Corazon Aquino in the field of science and technology. On August 8, 1988, Corazon Aquino created the Presidential Task Force for Science and Technology, which came up with the first Science and Technology Master Plan, or STMP. The goal of STMP was for the Philippines to achieve newly industrialized country status by the year 2000. Therefore, I conclude that President Corazon Aquino was the first female president of the Philippines. And so that's all. Thank you.